Hi, I'm Dave Monty and welcome to my video series, Everything Villages. Today I'm going to answer the question that I get from my clients all the time, and there's still a little bit of confusion, and that is, why are the new homes less expensive than most of the resale homes north of Highway 44? And I'm going to give you my opinion as to why that is the case, so stay tuned. Oh, the same old spiel that you hear over and over again. If you like this video, please hit like. If you like my channel, please subscribe to it. Both of those actions help these videos reach more people. If you'd like a copy of my free 42-page guide, Buying and Selling a Home in the Villages, just email me right here at davemontysales@gmail.com and I'll send you out your copy. I also have a cost of living calculator, which has morphed into a full-blown budgeting tool for the villages. And again, if you like your copy, just email me right here at davemontysales@gmail.com. Like I said in the introduction, I'm going to talk about why I believe that the homes are less expensive south of Highway 44 versus north of Highway 44, where all the resales are. And it confuses people. It's like, well, brand new, nice spanking new home. It shows fantastic, got a modern floor plan. It's open. The colors are bright. Why is that less expensive than a home that might need a little bit of updating to it? And it is like any other market. It's location, location, location. Okay? So we're going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of the different locations in the villages, just like I did in, I have a video that's pricing part 1 where I do talk about location quite a bit and how the pricing fluctuates from here down to Highway 44. As the homes get newer, the homes get more expensive. The most expensive homes in all of the villages are right in this area because those are the newest homes in the traditional part of the villages where all the conveniences are. Okay, so that's the biggest difference between up here and down here are the conveniences, shopping, doctors, dentists, things like that. I'm just going to kind of point out where the pockets of those things are in these and where they're kind of lacking down here. Now, the villages realizes this. They know that they have to put in more down here and they're going to work on it. But what are you buying today? And how long is it going to take for things to get to you? If you've ever ridden around in a car with me, you know I'm not there to sell the villages. I'm there to provide you as much information so you can make an informed decision. After all, this is a massive decision for people to uproot their lives a lot of times and move to the villages or sell their home in the villages, move to a different home. So what is the reason why it's less expensive down here? And the other thing is, what's the reason why after about a year you're seeing more and more people selling down south and trying to move north? Right. So I already said this. This is where the conveniences are. Okay, I'm just going to provide you where the information. All I'm doing is giving you information at this point. Okay, this is where the conveniences are. Here's where the town square is: Spanish Springs, Sumter Landing, Brownwood. Now I put a half a star here. That's on purpose. This is Sawgrass. Sawgrass isn't really a town square. It is. They have a stage and an entertainment area, a food court, and a standalone restaurant. Pretty small area. It doesn't have that daytime draw that you would get like in Sumter Landing with all the shopping as an example. So it's a destination, but it's, I call it a town square light because it's this one little area where these have offshoot streets. This is more of a, little town center where this is just more of a place where there's a few restaurants. Okay. Now, again, the villages understands that they need to keep adding. Okay? And so down here in light gray, because this is the future, they're going to be building Eastport. They'll also be building a hospital down there. Okay, but as of right now, there is nothing down here. And that's really the point of this video, is to show you that. All right. Now, a couple things to caveat here. I have resales down in this area, and I tell my clients exactly the same thing. You really like this house? Fantastic. Okay, but know what you're buying and know the location. So I try to give you as much information about the location as possible. Now, south of 44, there are some great locations. Right now, the village of Richmond has opened up. This is such a great value right now. If you are moving in, I would personally try to buy a home here. They also have DeLuna. The reason I buy something here is because you're right across the Highway 44 from Brownwood. You're practically in the traditional part of the villages. They are not charging a premium for the homes. The homes here are going to be the same price as the homes way down here. So in my opinion, is as soon as Richmond closes out and DeLuna closes out, you're going to get a nice little bump in equity in these homes. Right? But when they're done, I think there's another little section going in right here. But for the most part, the rest of the development is going to be actually down in this area south of the turnpike. And is this where you want to be? And again, I'm going to show you. And you can be. If you want the new house, you want things to grow towards you, and you want to be in the newest sections, and eventually things will grow into where you're located, fantastic. But if you want to not be sitting in a car in traffic for the next 6 years, you might want to second guess that. All right. So here, now, what I attempted to do with this map is to kind of show you where the restaurants are. Now, there are a lot more restaurants than what I've actually indicated here. I'm just trying to show you the clusters of where they are, and based off, the top of my head, where things are, I kind of put these dots in here, kind of backed it up with Google, etc. But for the most part, these are pretty accurate. I didn't even put the restaurants that are associated with Spanish Springs, with Sumter Landing, with Brownwood. Each one of those have a bunch of restaurants. What I didn't do, and I probably should because I already did the town square, but just to be fair, there are a bunch of restaurants right here with Sawgrass. Now, if you're on this side of the turnpike, you currently can't get there by golf cart, but they are going to be putting a bridge over. Okay, so most of your restaurant options are up here. Down here, this is where Magnolia Plaza is. It's actually it's right there. But this is where Magnolia Plaza is, so you'll have like a McDonald's and, there's a couple of other restaurants in there, and then this would be the Finney Grill. Okay. But really what I'm trying to do is show you outside the village's amenities, except for where the golf is. Shopping, okay? All your shopping's up here in 441, 466. You got a little bit around here in 301 where downtown Wildwood is a bunch of boutique shops. There is a boutique shop down here for decor down in Coleman, and there's a couple stores in here. But for the most part, all of your shopping is up in this area. Okay, and again, I didn't put the stuff in Spanish Springs, in Sumter Landing, or in Brownwood. There is no shopping down here in Sawgrass yet, and there will be shopping down here in in Eastport. Okay, golf, and again, I just kind of put where I thought the golfing was, whether they're executive or championship courses. This isn't meant to be an exact showing of where everything it is. It's just more to give you a sense of where things are. Okay. Next one's medical. Those are my little icon stethoscopes. That's easy for me to say. And here are kind of, here's the village's hospital. There's emergency room here. There's one there. There's one here. There's going to be more options down along 44. But for the most part, all of your doctors are up in this area. And there's hundreds of doctors, and I probably put 30 icons up here. Okay. Same thing with dentists. There's probably dentist office, there's probably 50 of them here, and I just put a handful of them here. And you'll notice that there are some down here, actually. Now, if I put it all together, you're starting to get a sense. I might have a couple golf courses down here. I have rec centers, but what I don't have is I don't really have the amenities down here. I have Publix and, the things that are associated with that strip center there, but right now you have a shopping center there, there. So most of the shopping and most of the amenities are up here in the traditional part of the villages. Now, why is that important? Well, probably one of the biggest draws is actually what I'll call golf cart living. I know I've driven my entire career, and for me, a vacation is putting away the car. You hear that a lot. People love to get out on their golf carts, and they like to go on little excursions. Well, golf carts are fantastic, but after about a half an hour, it kind of starts to beat you up a little bit. So you want things that are kind of convenient. We catch ourselves all the time not saying, hey, do you want to go to Brownwood? Would you like to take the car or the golf cart? It's usually, do you want to go for a golf cart ride? Where would you like to go? But it's also very nice to say, hey, I want to go to the dentist, and I just pop in my golf cart and go to the dentist. So golf cart living. When you're down here, if I want to go to Walmart, I'm hopping in my car, and it might take me 35, 40 minutes to get to the closest Walmart, which is right up in here. Okay, so, and you have seen an increase in traffic. So if you really love the golf cart, you don't want to be too far away. You want to be able to use your golf cart for everyday type of errands, not always be hopping in your car to go do something. All right. I just wanted to show you kind of firsthand that I'm not making this up and leaving things out. Now, this has been developed a little bit more. This is a little bit of an older satellite picture because you don't even see the Publix, which is right there. But for the most part, this is all farm country down in this area where the Villages is going to be developing. Okay. Again, here's a good location, Richmond. You're right on top of the traditional part. Duluth is right here. Again, pretty close to the traditional part of the Villages. It's actually a good time for me to, let me escape out of this. I'm going to go over to my web browser. And here's the Villages. There's the northern part of the Villages there. Let me shrink that down just slightly so you can get, this is where they are going to be building. Okay. Now, again, they're building here now with Richmond and Deluna, and this is the new area down here. So I just put in the first thing, Publix. There's one down here, but look up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Publix up in the main part of the Villages. Let's go Winn-Dixie. So let's see the Winn-Dixie locations. Okay. Nothing down here. Okay. This is kind of a shot away, but you get 3 Winn-Dixies up in this area. Let's put in medical. Again, you're not going to, many more medical, but all the medical's up here, down here, nothing. Let's put in just doctor. Okay. Again, oops, I don't like when it zooms in like that on me, but again, you'll see nothing down here, all the doctors up there. Let's put in emergency room. Boom. Okay. Again, up here, there's one right there. Nothing down here. And again, they are going to be building a hospital down there. What else can we put in? Let's just put in the Walmart. Okay, Walmart, boom, is right here. Nothing down in this area. Nothing even close. Okay. What else? Golf. Let's just put in golf. Now, there are golf options down here. They just didn't show up. I didn't really even think about, whether they would show up because I'm just assuming that Google is unaware of them so far. But, most of your golf options up here, you've got a handful of options. They are going to be building more golf courses down here because they have much more land. But again, probably 5 years out. Okay, so I just want to give you a sense that, perfectly fine in buying a new home, but just know what you're getting into. Know that it's going to be not the best location for a little while. Now, the Villages understands this. They're not unaware of this. These little dots right here is where they put you for the lifestyle visit, right on top of Brownwood. And then also Christopher Villas. They're saying, hey, we're in the new section, but this is not down in this area. It is only maybe a 10-minute golf cart ride from Brownwood, if that, okay? Because you get the bridge, put you right at the foot of the bridge that goes over the turnpike, and then you're not too far from the bridge that goes over 44 by golf cart. So in general, Villages knows this. They know the experiences. When people think of the Villages, they think of all the golf courses, they think of the town squares, they think of the golf carts and the amenities. And again, that is up here. It's already creating traffic issues. We're nowhere near being built out down here, but the only place currently, there's only 2 ways to get over the turnpike. One of them is Warm Springs goes over the turnpike, so you got to get to Warm Springs, or you can get to it by 301. And anytime you have a left-hand turn, where the turn lane starts to fill up way too much, there's a little bit of a traffic issue. So, people going north up here to 301 down to, and then they'll turn on to 466A and want to make a left-hand turn onto Buena Vista. This is backed up well past the turn lane. Here, coming on Warm Springs, wanting to make a left onto 44. It's backed up well beyond the turn lane. So same thing here. If I want to go back to this area down in here, I'm on Highway 44, and right now we're 3 or 4 cycles a lot of times in the middle of the day to get through this light to make a left-hand turn. So we're starting to see some traffic bottlenecks due to all the development down here with lack of amenities. Okay, so that's the biggest thing. I'm not saying it's a bad product down there. I'm just saying that it just kind of lacks the amenities. Perfectly fine to buy a home down there, but just know what you are getting yourself into. All right. Now, I debated putting this one up because I can make an argument for a lot of different things here. But really what I tried to show was the number of resales that are either active, pending, or sold in the last 6 months. And you would expect north of 466 to be the biggest chunk. There's 650 homes that have been active on the market. Now, The reason is because there's a lot of turnover there. You know, the homes are getting to 20 years old. The retirees are 85 to, and if not older, maybe a little bit younger. But they're starting to either go into assisted living, moving back north. They can't really take advantage of the villages as much. So there's a lot of turnover going on up there right now. Same thing between 466, 466A, where the homes are 15 years old. Down in here, where the homes are from like 2013, these are 8, 9, years old up to maybe 4 or 5 years old. You'll see there's a big drop off. Now, what's interesting is that the number of homes that go on the market south of 44 is actually greater than this area. Now, this could be for a number of factors. Again, full disclosure. One factor could be the fact that people don't like the location, so they're going to move. What I'm not experienced at here is I've been doing this about 3.5 years, and the south of 44 has always been new builds going on, and everything had been built out north of 44. I don't know, as they were building within the first year of these homes, if there was a lot of resales. People move in and go, I just don't like the villages and I'm going to move back. Okay, so that could be the reason. But I do hear a lot of people saying, I bought a house, I didn't realize there was going to be so much traffic noise. I play a lot of golf and it takes me forever to get my golf cart up. So I do hear from a lot of past clients who bought new, who are looking to resell already. Okay. All right. And again, I do have another video. It's actually pricing part 1 that I put up a few weeks ago that talks about the advantages and disadvantages of all the areas north of Highway 44. Another thing, you still want a new home. You want a new look and feel. You want modern updates. That's why we help clients do that for the homes north of Highway 44, even south of 44, if you want to make changes to a newer home. The goal for us is to provide you with that new home experience in the traditional part of the villages. So let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of buying south of 44. The homes are newer. It's a newer younger retiree crowd. You have more walking trails. Let's talk about things that are equal. So the things that are equal, you're going to have as many rec centers. Golfing is coming along. One of the things they have down there, they have 18-hole sort of miniature golf, natural grass, putting courses down there, which I think is kind of cool, which they don't have north. They do have a lot of kind of activities that take up less space down there, again, like the walking trails. Some of the disadvantages, well, other than traffic noise and power lines, there's more power line homes down there. You are kind of sandwiched between 44, 301, and the Turnpike. So you got to be pretty careful when you pick a lot. But you typically will have a larger bond on the home. Homes are closer together. The lots are pretty small. The builder grade is less. No washer and dryer. They have rolled vinyl. The cabinets are not as high quality as they were installing north of 44 unless you pay for the upgrade. Their landscaping packages are a little bit less than they were up north. And kind of the amenities. That's the big issue, though, is it's just lacks for amenities. Now, the Villages is aware of it, but part of the challenge is they also need to attract vendors to come down and that. So even if they start building shopping centers, which I haven't heard any, I'm not saying they're not, I just haven't heard of any new shopping centers going in down there. I've heard of the town squares and things like that. Okay, but there definitely needs to be some more shopping centers with more grocery store options and more, if you want Chinese food, there's no Chinese food down there. If you want Mexican food, there's no Mexican food down there. You got to come up into the Villages. Okay, so again, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just pointing out the advantages and disadvantages of that particular area. Because I get asked all the time, why are the homes less expensive? And it's as simple as location, location, location. Well, I hope you found this video informative. Again, if you'd like a copy of my free 42-page guide, buying and selling a home in the Villages, you can email me right here at davemontysales@gmail.com, or my new budgeting calculator for the Villages, or cost of living calculator. Again, you can email me right here at davemontysales@gmail.com. I hope to be seeing you around the Villages. Take care.